Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn English with Podcast Conversation. I'm Thomas, and today we're discussing a topic that has the power to transform our lives and communities: kindness and empathy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer. Kindness and empathy are essential for building meaningful relationships, understanding others, and creating a positive environment. Let's dive into how these values can make a difference in daily life while improving your English skills. Kindness is the act of being caring and helpful to others. It's about showing consideration, even in small actions, like smiling or offering assistance. Empathy, on the other hand, is the ability to understand and share someone else's feelings.
Kindness and empathy are interconnected. When you're empathetic, you naturally show kindness. For instance, if you notice someone struggling, empathy helps you recognize their emotions, and kindness inspires you to offer support.
Both kindness and empathy play a huge role in communication. They allow us to connect with others on a deeper level. For example, saying, "I understand how you feel," can make someone feel valued and heard, even in challenging situations.
Practicing kindness can be as simple as offering a compliment or helping someone in need. For learners, saying thank you or please in English is a great way to express kindness while practicing polite language.
Empathy requires listening carefully. When you actively listen to someone, you show that their thoughts and feelings matter. This skill not only improves relationships, but also helps you understand conversational cues in English.
A small act of kindness can have a ripple effect. Imagine complimenting a stranger. That person may feel encouraged and pass on positivity to someone else. These small gestures can create a chain of kindness.
Empathy can also help resolve conflicts. By trying to see things from someone else's perspective, you can address misunderstandings calmly. In English, you can use phrases like, "I see your point," or "I didn't realize you felt that way."
Understanding cultural differences is another way to show empathy. People from different backgrounds may express themselves differently. Learning to appreciate these differences improves communication and builds stronger connections.
Finally, kindness and empathy can reduce stress and promote well-being. When we show kindness, we often feel happier ourselves. For learners, this means creating positive interactions while practicing English in real-life situations.
Exactly, Jennifer, and as we continue, we'll share examples and practical tips for incorporating kindness and empathy into your daily life while enhancing your English skills. Let's move on to explore more scenarios where these values shine.
Kindness is not limited to grand gestures. Small actions, like holding a door for someone or helping a neighbor, can make someone stay better. In English, you can express kindness with simple phrases like, "Can I help you?" or "Let me get that for you."
Empathy is equally vital. Imagine meeting someone who is upset. Instead of dismissing their emotions, you might say, "I can see this is difficult for you." Acknowledging their feelings with empathy helps build trust and opens the door for meaningful conversations.
When traveling or interacting with people from different cultures, kindness and empathy can bridge gaps. For example, learning basic greetings like "How are you?" or "It's nice to meet you" in English shows respect and consideration, even if you're still learning.
Kindness also enhances teamwork at work. Simple gestures such as thanking a colleague or helping with a task can foster a supportive environment. Phrases like, "Great job on that project," or "Let me assist you with this" show encouragement and camaraderie.
Empathy helps us navigate difficult conversations. If someone expresses frustration, responding with, "I understand why you feel that way," instead of reacting defensively, shows emotional intelligence. This not only improves relationships, but also strengthens your communication skills.
When learning a new language, being kind to yourself is just as important. Mistakes are part of the process. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," try affirming yourself with, "I'm improving every day." Encouraging self-talk keeps you motivated and confident.
Kindness extends to strangers, too. Complimenting someone's outfit or thanking a cashier with, "You're doing a great job," can brighten their day. These interactions also give English learners opportunities to practice speaking in real-life situations.
Empathy deepens connections with friends and family. If a friend shares good news, celebrating with, "I'm so happy for you," strengthens your bond. If they're upset, saying, "I'm here to listen," offers support. These phrases show care while enhancing your vocabulary. Volunteering is another way to show kindness and empathy. Helping at a shelter or tutoring someone in English combines good deeds with practical language use. Phrases like, "How can I assist you?" or "What do you need help with?" are excellent for real-life practice.
Empathy in storytelling is powerful. When listening to someone's experiences, reflect their feelings by saying, "That must have been challenging for you," or "It sounds like an amazing experience." It shows you value their perspective while practicing nuanced responses.
In classrooms, teachers and learners can benefit from empathy. Teachers who understand students' struggles can adapt lessons, saying, "I see you're finding this tricky. Let's go through it step by step." Students can also show empathy to peers, fostering a collaborative environment.
Kindness creates opportunities to learn. Imagine complimenting someone's English skills with, "Your pronunciation is excellent." Not only does it boost their confidence, but it may lead to a conversation where you learn new words or phrases in return.
Showing kindness to the environment is equally important. Simple acts like recycling or conserving water demonstrate care for the planet. You can say, "Let's reduce waste," or "How can we make this more sustainable?" These actions reflect responsibility and forward thinking.
Empathy can diffuse tense situations. If someone is frustrated, saying, "I hear you're upset. Let's find a solution together," shows understanding and a willingness to help. Such responses are valuable in personal and professional settings alike.
Random acts of kindness, like paying for someone's coffee or leaving a kind note, can inspire others to do the same. Expressing, "I just wanted to make your day a bit better," reflects thoughtfulness. These small actions create ripples of positivity in your community.
Kindness also applies to feedback, whether giving or receiving it, using phrases like, "I appreciate your effort," or "Here's how we can improve," fosters growth without discouragement. Constructive feedback is an essential part of personal and professional development.
Empathy during disagreements helps maintain respect. Instead of arguing, you could say, "I see your perspective. Can we explore a compromise?" This approach prevents conflict and builds understanding, showcasing the importance of clear and respectful communication.
Finally, kindness and empathy create lasting impressions. Whether through words or actions, people remember how you made them feel. In English, expressing gratitude, encouragement, or support can leave a positive mark, fostering stronger connections wherever you go.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Kindness and empathy not only improve our relationships, but also enhance how we communicate and grow as individuals. As we explore more examples, we'll continue to uncover how these values can enrich your life and language skills.
Kindness has a ripple effect in society. When you help someone cross the street or donate to a local charity, it inspires others to do the same. In English, you might say, "I'd like to help," or "Is there a way I can contribute?" These words show your willingness to make a difference and encourage a culture of support.
Empathy in leadership changes how teams function. Leaders who listen to their team's concerns with phrases like, "I understand your challenges. Let's work on solutions together," create environments where everyone feels valued. This not only boosts morale, but also fosters innovation and loyalty.
Communities thrive on kindness, participating in neighborhood events or supporting local businesses with statements such as, "I appreciate your hard work," or "Your service means a lot to us," reinforces bonds among community members. These actions build trust and promote collective growth.
Empathy in education transforms lives. Teachers who acknowledge students' struggles with phrases like, "I see this as challenging, but I believe in your potential," motivate students to persevere. Similarly, peers who offer to help classmates improve learning outcomes and nurture a supportive environment.
Kindness can bridge generational gaps. Spending time with the elderly and saying things like, "I'd love to hear your stories," or "How can I assist you today?" shows respect and appreciation. These simple yet meaningful interactions make older generations feel valued while offering younger ones valuable insights.
Empathy in healthcare fosters trust between providers and patients. When doctors or nurses say, "I understand how you feel," let's find the best way forward, patients are more likely to communicate openly. These empathetic exchanges lead to better outcomes and a more compassionate healthcare system.
Social media can amplify kindness. Writing positive comments on someone's post, such as, "Your content is inspiring," or "Thank you for sharing this," spreads positivity online. These small acts counter negativity on platforms and remind us that kind words can have a big impact.
Empathy helps address global issues. Understanding the struggles of people in other countries through their stories fosters solidarity. Saying things like, "We're here to support you" during crises builds connections across borders and encourages collaborative solutions to shared challenges.
Kindness in workplaces increases productivity. A simple phrase like, "Thank you for your hard work," or "I appreciate your dedication," can motivate employees to go the extra mile. This creates an atmosphere of mutual respect where people feel acknowledged and inspired to excel.
Empathy is vital in conflict resolution, approaching disagreements with, "I see your perspective." Let's find a middle ground, helps de-escalate tension and promotes dialogue. These empathetic statements not only solve immediate issues but also strengthen relationships over time.
Volunteer work teaches us the importance of giving back. Whether mentoring someone or cleaning up a local park, saying, "I'm happy to contribute," reflects a spirit of service. These actions improve communities and provide opportunities to practice meaningful communication.
Kindness in environmental efforts leads to a better planet. Organizing recycling drives or educating others with phrases like, "Let's protect our environment," inspires collective action. Empathy for future generations drives us to make choices that prioritize sustainability and responsibility.
Inclusivity stems from empathy, welcoming people of different backgrounds with statements like, "You're welcome here," or "Your input is valuable," creates diverse communities where everyone feels accepted. This approach nurtures collaboration and cultural understanding.
Kindness transforms personal relationships. Small gestures like preparing a meal for a loved one or saying, "I'm grateful for you," strengthen emotional bonds. Empathy, on the other hand, ensures deeper understanding and helps resolve misunderstandings effectively.
Empathy drives social change. Supporting causes like poverty alleviation or education equality starts with understanding others' struggles. Using phrases like, "How can I help make a difference?" reflects a commitment to justice and compassion, inspiring collective action for change.
Kindness in art and storytelling inspires hearts. Artists and writers who create works with messages of hope and compassion touch audiences worldwide. Responding with, "Your work moved me deeply," or "I learned so much from this," encourages creators to continue their impactful work.
Empathy connects us to nature. Spending time outdoors and saying, "I feel so grateful for this beauty," reminds us of our responsibility to protect it. Kindness towards the planet, from planting trees to conserving water, shows our appreciation for the world we live in.
Kindness and empathy can unite communities during disasters. Coordinating relief efforts with phrases like, "We're in this together," or "How can I assist?" builds resilience. These shared values ensure that people come together, providing comfort and solutions during challenging times.
In literature and media, stories of kindness and empathy remind us of our shared humanity. Discussing books or movies that showcase these values with, "What did you think of the message?" or "This really made me reflect," encourages meaningful conversations and learning moments.
Kindness and empathy are essential for creating a better world. They're not just values but practical tools we can use daily. As we've explored today, these actions can shape lives, communities, and societies for the better. Let's keep practicing them in every aspect of life.
Kindness begins with awareness of others' needs. Imagine noticing a colleague overwhelmed with work. A simple, "Can I help you with anything?" can ease their stress. Acts like this are small but transformative. Kindness isn't just about big actions. It's about consistently showing care in everyday interactions.
Empathy thrives on understanding and patience. Take time to listen to a friend who's venting without interrupting or offering solutions immediately. Saying, "I understand why this is hard for you," validates their feelings. When people feel heard, it deepens trust and strengthens relationships.
One way to spread kindness is by celebrating others' achievements. Complimenting a peer with, "You've done an amazing job on this project," boosts confidence. Recognizing someone's hard work not only motivates them, but also creates an encouraging atmosphere for everyone around.
Empathy often requires walking in someone else's shoes. Ask questions like, "What would I feel in their position?" or "What challenges might they be facing?" These reflections shift our focus from judgment to understanding, helping us connect on a more genuine, human level.
Kindness extends to self-kindness too when we show compassion to ourselves, like saying, "I'm doing my best, and that's enough." We model how others can treat us. Self-kindness replenishes our ability to be kind to others, creating a healthy balance in all our relationships.
Empathy is also about learning to communicate better. When discussing a sensitive topic, framing your words gently, like, "I see your point, but can I share another perspective?" ensures the conversation remains respectful. It's a way to disagree without dismissing someone's feelings.
Random acts of kindness can be surprisingly impactful. Paying for a stranger's coffee or writing a heartfelt thank you note are small but powerful gestures. These moments of unexpected generosity remind us all that kindness doesn't need an occasion. It's always relevant.
Empathy can involve being proactive. For example, if a friend seems distant, reaching out with, "Hey, I've noticed you've been quiet lately. Are you okay?" shows care and concern. Often, it's the effort to check in that means the most, even if the person isn't ready to open up yet.
Kindness and empathy are habits that require practice. Set small goals like, "Today, I'll compliment 3 people," or "I'll listen more attentively in conversations." Over time, these habits become second nature, positively influencing not just your life, but also those around you.
Practicing empathy also involves embracing diversity. Ask someone from a different background, "What's your story?" Listening to their experiences without assumptions enriches your understanding of the world. It bridges gaps and fosters connections built on mutual respect.
Kindness can be contagious. When you act kindly, others are inspired to do the same. Imagine paying for someone's lunch and seeing them pass it forward. Your single act of kindness creates a ripple effect, spreading positivity far beyond what you initially intended.
Empathy calls for forgiveness, both for yourself and others. If someone wrongs you, saying, "I understand you didn't mean to hurt me and I forgive you," can heal wounds and foster reconciliation. Empathy doesn't excuse harm, but it seeks understanding over blame.
Simple words can show kindness and empathy. Phrases like, "Thank you for being here," "You're important to me," or "I appreciate your effort" reinforce connections. These words require minimal effort but have a profound impact on the listener, strengthening emotional bonds.
Empathy also means respecting boundaries. If someone says, "I need some space," honoring that request shows you value their well-being. Empathy is not about always being present. It's about recognizing and respecting what the other person truly needs.
Building kindness involves creating supportive environments. For example, fostering teamwork at work with, "Let's achieve this together," cultivates unity. When people feel included and valued, they're more likely to contribute positively and support one another.
Empathy helps in conflict resolution. If you disagree, starting with, "I see your point of view, and here's mine," keeps the conversation constructive. Empathy doesn't mean avoiding conflict, but addressing it in a way that respects both sides and seeks a balanced resolution.
Acts of kindness, even for strangers, are deeply fulfilling. Volunteering at a shelter or donating to a cause with "This is my way of giving back" is a meaningful way to connect with your community. These efforts remind us of our shared humanity and collective responsibility.
Empathy grows through self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I try to understand someone's feelings today? Or did I offer kindness when it was needed? These reflections help us continuously improve, making empathy and kindness core parts of who we are.
Kindness and empathy transform lives. They improve mental health, create stronger relationships, and foster a more harmonious society. Whether it's a kind word, an empathetic gesture, or simply being present for someone, these qualities are gifts we can all share every day.
Ultimately, kindness and empathy are choices we make. Choosing to see the good in people, to listen without judgment, and to act with compassion can have far-reaching effects. By practicing these values, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more connected and caring world.
We often hear that kindness and empathy are essential, but how do we actually practice them daily? One way is by being more mindful of others' needs, especially when they're not immediately expressed. For instance, if you notice a colleague has been stressed for days, offering a hand or even a smile can make a world of difference. Empathy involves tuning into unspoken cues and responding with understanding.
Indeed, Jennifer, another practical step is making time to truly listen. Listening with empathy is not just about hearing words, but also about understanding feelings. When someone talks about their day, you can respond by saying, "It sounds like that was really difficult for you." This shows you're not only hearing, but also understanding their emotions.
Exactly, kindness can also be as simple as expressing gratitude. Let's say you receive excellent service at a store. Instead of a generic "thank you," try saying, "You really helped me today." "I appreciate your patience and kindness." This not only acknowledges their effort but also brightens their day, reinforcing a positive interaction.
You're right, Jennifer. Another great example is practicing empathy with your close relationships. When a friend is feeling down, offer support by saying, "I understand this is tough. How can I help you?" It's not about solving their problems, but simply showing that you care enough to ask and be there for them during difficult times.
And let's not forget the power of self-compassion. Too often, we are our own harshest critics. When you make a mistake, practice empathy toward yourself by saying, "I did my best, and I can learn from this experience." Showing kindness to ourselves builds emotional resilience, which, in turn, helps us be more empathetic to others.
Absolutely, self-compassion is crucial in developing empathy toward others. If we are kind to ourselves, we build the emotional capacity to share kindness with others. It's important to remember that empathy isn't just for others, it starts within ourselves. So, take a moment every day to be kind to yourself, whether through positive affirmations or small gestures like taking a break when you need it.
Another way to incorporate kindness into your routine is by taking the initiative to express empathy in difficult situations. For example, in an argument, instead of simply defending your perspective, pause and say, "I see why you might feel that way, and I can understand how that would be frustrating." This simple acknowledgement can de-escalate a conflict and bring more understanding into the conversation.
That's a powerful example. Jennifer, conflict resolution is a great opportunity to practice both kindness and empathy. It's easy to focus on proving ourselves right, but true empathy involves trying to understand the emotions behind the disagreement. By addressing the underlying feelings rather than just the facts, we create space for resolution that honors everyone involved.
Kindness can also be practiced through random acts of generosity. For instance, buying a coffee for someone in line behind you at the coffee shop is a simple way to brighten their day. These small gestures, while they may seem trivial, often carry a lasting impact. They show that kindness doesn't always have to be planned, it can happen spontaneously.
And as you mentioned, Jennifer, random acts of kindness don't need to be grand gestures. Holding the door open for someone or complimenting a stranger can start a ripple effect. By offering these small acts of kindness, we inspire others to pay it forward, fostering a community where kindness is contagious and appreciated.
Another way we can practice empathy is by being aware of different cultural perspectives. For example, if you're meeting someone from a culture different from your own, take time to understand their customs and communication style. Empathy here involves learning about and respecting those differences to avoid misunderstandings and to show genuine interest in their experiences.
Exactly, Jennifer, cultural empathy goes beyond tolerance. It's about embracing diversity and showing genuine curiosity. When we engage with people from different cultures with an open heart, we not only learn from them but also create a more inclusive and supportive environment. It's about building bridges, not walls.
Empathy and kindness can also have a profound impact on mental health. For instance, reaching out to someone you know is going through a tough time can make a huge difference. A simple text like, "I'm thinking of you today. I'm here if you need someone to talk to," can help combat loneliness and provide emotional support.
That's a fantastic point, Jennifer. Regularly checking in with others, especially those who might not reach out for help, can prevent feelings of isolation. It also strengthens relationships. Kindness, whether through small gestures or a listening ear, nurtures emotional connections that are vital for mental well-being.
Moreover, kindness isn't always about offering solutions to problems. Sometimes, just being present for someone and saying, "I'm here with you, no matter what," can be the most compassionate thing you can do. It shows that the person is not alone in their struggles, and they don't have to go through it by themselves.
That's a key aspect of empathy, Jennifer. It's about creating space for someone's emotions without trying to fix them immediately. When we stop focusing on fixing and just allow someone to express their feelings, we show that we value their emotional experience and that they are supported regardless of the outcome.
Being kind doesn't mean ignoring your own needs. It's essential to find balance. Self-care practices like taking a walk, reading a book, or just resting can help recharge your emotional energy. When we take care of ourselves, we're better equipped to show kindness to others because we're not running on empty.
Self-care is vital for emotional sustainability. It's easy to give too much and end up drained, but taking time for yourself ensures that your kindness isn't coming from a place of exhaustion. By setting boundaries and practicing self-compassion, you replenish your energy, which in turn helps you serve others with love and care.
The act of kindness can also be reflected in how we treat the environment. Showing empathy toward nature, for example, involves small steps like reducing waste, recycling, or supporting eco-friendly practices. Caring for the planet is an expression of kindness toward future generations, ensuring a sustainable world for those who come after us.
You've brought up a great point, Jennifer. Environmental empathy is a growing concept that acknowledges our responsibility to care for the Earth. Whether through sustainable choices or advocating for green policies, we are showing empathy toward the planet. It's about understanding that our actions have long-term effects on the world around us.
Empathy and kindness also extend to how we raise the next generation. Teaching children the importance of empathy can shape their values and how they interact with others. Simple lessons like treat others as you'd like to be treated lay the foundation for future relationships built on mutual respect and kindness.
And when we model kindness and empathy, children are more likely to adopt these behaviors themselves. It's important for adults to set an example by practicing kindness in everyday life. Whether it's showing patience, helping others, or speaking kindly, children learn by observing the actions of those around them.
As we've discussed, kindness and empathy are not just individual traits. They also impact society at large. Imagine a community where everyone practiced empathy toward each other. It would lead to better cooperation, less conflict, and stronger bonds between people. This broader effect can significantly change the social fabric, making it a healthier, happier environment for everyone.
Exactly, Jennifer. When empathy is cultivated in a society, it helps reduce misunderstanding and promotes tolerance. People are more likely to step into each other's shoes, which not only benefits individual relationships but also creates more cohesive communities. Communities founded on kindness are more likely to thrive socially, economically, and emotionally.
This is why we also see empathy influencing global movements. Whether it's advocating for human rights, fighting against poverty, or addressing climate change, empathy plays a critical role in motivating collective action. When we empathize with people who are suffering or facing inequality, we are more likely to take meaningful action to help them.
Exactly. For example, movements like social justice or environmental activism stem from a shared empathy for others. When we recognize the struggles of people in different parts of the world or across different socioeconomic backgrounds, it calls us to act with compassion. Empathy connects us on a global scale, creating a sense of shared responsibility.
It's not just global issues, though. Empathy is crucial in the workplace, too. In professional environments, employees who demonstrate empathy can improve collaboration and reduce conflicts. Leaders who lead with empathy tend to inspire their teams, creating a workplace that values human connection, open communication, and mutual respect.
Absolutely, Jennifer. In the workplace, empathy helps foster trust and understanding, which leads to a more productive and supportive environment. Employees feel more valued when their emotions and challenges are acknowledged, and leaders who show empathy are more likely to build strong, loyal teams that work well together.
Empathy also has an impact on mental health. When someone feels understood, their mental health improves significantly. Simply having someone listen to your problems without judgment can be incredibly healing. That's why mental health support systems, such as counseling, are so important. They provide a safe space for people to express their feelings.
And this can apply to everyone, not just those facing severe mental health challenges. Even in everyday situations, being able to share your emotions with someone empathetic can ease the burden. It's about having a person who makes you feel heard and valued, which can relieve stress, promote emotional well-being, and help us process our thoughts.
You've made a great point, Thomas. Furthermore, studies show that empathy not only helps others, but also enhances the well-being of the person showing it. When we act kindly or help someone in need, we experience a surge of positive emotions. Helping others can increase our own happiness, creating a cycle of goodwill.
That's right, Jennifer. It's what's often referred to as the helper's high. When we show kindness or empathize with others, our brains release endorphins, which are the body's natural feel-good chemicals. This makes us feel good, and this positive reinforcement encourages more acts of kindness in the future.
Empathy also plays a vital role in conflict resolution. Often, the root of a disagreement is a lack of understanding or miscommunication. If both parties in a conflict can practice empathy by listening carefully and understanding each other's feelings, they're more likely to resolve the issue amicably. Empathy turns confrontation into collaboration.
Exactly. When conflict arises, empathy allows us to see things from the other person's perspective. It shifts the focus from winning the argument to understanding the underlying concerns. This doesn't mean we always have to agree, but by listening empathetically, we can create solutions that respect both sides and prevent escalation.
Another way empathy can be transformative is through forgiveness. When we empathize with someone who has wronged us, it becomes easier to forgive. We can understand that they, too, are human and may have acted out of their own pain or fear. This allows us to let go of resentment, promoting healing and peace.
Forgiveness through empathy is one of the most powerful tools for emotional freedom. Holding on to grudges can weigh us down, but when we choose to understand the person who hurt us, it lightens our emotional load. It's not about excusing bad behavior, but recognizing that everyone is flawed and deserving of compassion.
Empathy doesn't just help resolve conflict, but it also helps build deeper connections. When we share an experience of empathy, we create a bond with others. This connection makes us feel understood and supported, forming a sense of community. Whether in friendships, families, or partnerships, empathy strengthens relationships and fosters mutual respect.
And empathy can extend to how we interact with strangers. In fact, sometimes we show the greatest kindness to people we don't know personally. Whether it's helping a lost tourist or comforting someone in line at the store, these brief moments of empathy can have a profound impact on someone's day. Every little act counts.
That's a great point, Thomas. When we show empathy to strangers, we're reinforcing the idea that kindness is not limited to those we already know. It teaches us that we're all connected, regardless of our backgrounds or experiences. Empathy helps bridge the gap between us and fosters a sense of shared humanity.
Another area where empathy has significant potential is in education. Teachers who practice empathy with their students create an environment where learners feel safe to make mistakes, ask questions, and express themselves. This leads to better learning outcomes, as students are more likely to engage in lessons when they feel supported.
Absolutely. In education, when teachers understand the emotional and personal challenges that students face, they can tailor their teaching methods to meet students' needs. Empathetic educators build strong, trusting relationships with their students, which encourages a positive learning experience and boosts academic success.
Empathy is also essential in healthcare. Whether you're a doctor, nurse, or caregiver, showing empathy towards patients can make a world of difference in their healing process. When patients feel understood and cared for, they're more likely to trust their healthcare providers and follow treatment plans, resulting in better health outcomes.
Exactly, Thomas. In healthcare, empathy goes beyond just providing treatment. It's about recognizing the emotional and psychological needs of patients. A kind word, a listening ear, or simply acknowledging a patient's fear or anxiety can help ease their discomfort and contribute to a more positive healthcare experience.
Finally, kindness and empathy are foundational to creating a more just and compassionate world. Whether we're advocating for equal rights, supporting marginalized communities, or working to address systemic inequality, it all begins with empathy. When we feel for others and understand their struggles, we are more motivated to act and create positive change.
You're absolutely right, Thomas. Kindness and empathy are not just personal values. They are societal values that can create a ripple effect across the globe. The more we practice empathy and kindness, the more we inspire others to do the same, ultimately making the world a better, more compassionate place for all. Empathy is essential in our daily interactions, whether we are at work, with friends, or even with strangers. Imagine going through your day without understanding or considering the feelings of others. It would likely create misunderstandings and tension. By practicing empathy, we ensure smoother relationships and a more supportive environment, fostering cooperation and mutual respect.
Exactly, Jennifer. When we practice empathy, we create an environment where communication flows more naturally. Instead of assuming, we take the time to listen, understand, and address concerns with care. In every scenario, from a small workplace disagreement to personal conversations, empathy helps maintain harmony and promotes better outcomes for everyone involved.
The power of empathy is also seen when we help others in times of need. Imagine you're walking through a busy street and see someone struggling to carry something heavy. Instead of ignoring them, empathy drives us to assist. It's small acts like these that have a big impact on how we relate to one another. It not only makes the person feel better, but also creates a sense of connection.
Right, Jennifer, those seemingly minor acts of kindness can create a lasting positive effect. People remember the times others showed empathy, even in situations where they didn't expect help. It's a reminder that we are all in this together, and sometimes the simplest gestures of understanding make the most significant difference in someone's day.
Empathy is particularly powerful in situations where someone might feel vulnerable or in need of support. For example, in a work setting, if a colleague is dealing with a difficult personal issue, understanding their emotional state and offering support, even just by listening, can go a long way in maintaining a positive and productive work environment.
Absolutely, Jennifer. In workplaces, empathy helps us understand that personal struggles often affect professional performance. Instead of criticizing or becoming frustrated with someone, showing empathy and offering support helps them get through tough times. It fosters an environment where people feel safe to express their struggles and ask for help without fear of judgment.
Empathy also plays a significant role in customer service. Whether it's a business dealing with an upset customer or a company offering assistance, empathy makes all the difference in how situations are resolved. When customers feel like they are heard and understood, they are more likely to remain loyal and appreciate the service provided.
Exactly, Jennifer. In customer service, showing empathy is key to turning a negative experience into a positive one. Instead of getting defensive, empathetic service representatives focus on listening, offering solutions, and validating the customer's feelings. This type of service builds trust and ensures customers feel valued and respected, even when things go wrong.
Empathy is also integral in friendships. A true friend is someone who listens to you, understands your struggles, and offers support without judgment. It's this ability to be present and care for each other that strengthens bonds. Friendships built on empathy are more likely to endure the tests of time, as they are rooted in mutual understanding and emotional support.
Absolutely. In friendships, empathy helps us recognize when our friends are going through tough times, even if they don't explicitly express it. It's about noticing the unspoken, understanding that people's emotions can change without warning, and offering comfort. Empathetic friends don't need to fix everything, they simply need to show that they care.
The concept of empathy also plays a significant role in family dynamics. Parents, for instance, who practice empathy are better able to understand their children's emotional needs and guide them accordingly. Instead of simply telling children what to do, empathetic parents listen to their concerns, helping their kids feel valued and understood in a supportive environment.
Exactly. When empathy is practiced within families, it creates a sense of security and trust. Children learn to express their emotions and know that their feelings will be acknowledged. This environment builds strong, healthy relationships within the family unit and allows family members to navigate challenges together with understanding and respect.
On a larger scale, empathy also plays a role in how we approach societal issues. For example, the empathy we feel for people experiencing injustice can drive us to stand up for their rights, whether it's fighting for equality or supporting marginalized groups. By stepping into someone else's shoes, we are better equipped to understand their struggles and advocate for change.
Absolutely, societal progress often begins with empathy. By recognizing the experiences and pain of others, we are more likely to take action to address inequalities. Empathy motivates us to push for policies and initiatives that prioritize human rights, social justice, and equity, which benefits not just individuals but entire communities.
In education, teachers who use empathy are more effective in creating positive learning environments. When a teacher shows understanding toward a student's challenges, whether they are academic or personal, it allows the student to feel supported and motivated to do their best. It also encourages students to empathize with one another, fostering a compassionate classroom culture.
Yes, Jennifer, teachers who practice empathy can see beyond the grades and recognize the personal struggles that students may face. When they show understanding, they help build self-confidence in their students. This empathetic approach also encourages collaborative learning, where students help and support each other, reinforcing kindness in the classroom.
Empathy is not just important in personal and professional settings, it's also vital in communities. Volunteers who work in shelters or community organizations, for example, show empathy by helping those in need. Whether it's providing food to the hungry or offering shelter to the homeless, empathy is the driving force behind these essential services that make communities stronger.
Indeed, Jennifer, volunteers play an invaluable role in building strong, supportive communities. They understand the challenges faced by others and take action to provide comfort and care. Empathy drives their willingness to give up their time and resources, ensuring that those in need have access to the support and assistance they deserve.
Empathy even shapes how we view and handle conflicts within society. Instead of approaching issues with hostility, empathy encourages us to listen to all perspectives. It reminds us that each individual's viewpoint is shaped by their experiences, which makes it easier to approach conflicts with a more open mind and find common ground.
Exactly, Jennifer. Empathy allows us to engage in constructive dialogue. When we approach conflicts with empathy, we focus on understanding rather than winning. We see disagreements as opportunities to learn from one another and seek solutions that benefit everyone involved. It's about finding solutions that respect everyone's experiences and needs.
Finally, empathy is key to building a more peaceful world. When nations, communities, and individuals practice empathy, there is a collective effort to resolve conflicts peacefully, address global challenges, and create a more just society. Empathy inspires us to look beyond our own needs and prioritize the well-being of others, leading to long-term global peace.
Absolutely. Empathy is the foundation of peace. It drives us to think about how our actions affect others and to make choices that support collective well-being. When empathy guides global interactions, nations work together to solve common problems, creating a world where understanding and cooperation prevail over division and conflict.
Empathy plays a critical role in any relationship, whether romantic, familial, or friendship-based. By empathizing with others, we open the door to deeper connections. It allows us to understand our loved ones' feelings, needs, and perspectives, helping us build stronger, more meaningful relationships. Without empathy, we risk misunderstanding each other and creating emotional distance.
That's so true, Jennifer. Empathy is the cornerstone of effective communication in relationships. When we practice empathy, we are more likely to actively listen and avoid jumping to conclusions. It allows us to validate our partner's feelings and provide space for growth within the relationship as both people feel heard and respected.
In romantic relationships, empathy fosters a sense of emotional security. When partners feel understood and supported by each other, it deepens their bond and builds trust. This emotional security allows both people to express their vulnerabilities without fear of judgment, knowing that they will be met with compassion and care.
I completely agree, Jennifer. Romantic relationships thrive on mutual understanding, and empathy is what enables that. It's crucial to remember that partners are human and will face challenges, but being empathetic helps us respond with patience, care, and support. These qualities help relationships grow stronger, even through difficult times.
Empathy is also important in maintaining long-lasting friendships. In friendships, we don't always agree on everything, but empathy allows us to respect our friends' differing views. Instead of distancing ourselves from someone with a different opinion, we engage in meaningful dialogue, learning from each other and deepening our connection in the process.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Friendships are built on trust, understanding, and empathy. When we empathize with our friends' struggles and joys, we can celebrate their achievements and offer support during difficult times. It's the empathy that allows us to be true friends who accept and love each other for who we are, not just for our similarities.
The ability to empathize extends to understanding personal boundaries in relationships as well. Each person has their comfort zone, and being empathetic means recognizing and respecting those boundaries. Whether it's in friendships, family, or romantic relationships, empathy ensures that both parties feel safe and valued in the relationship.
Right, Jennifer. Understanding and respecting boundaries is a vital aspect of empathy in relationships. When we recognize that everyone has different emotional needs and limits, we can prevent misunderstandings and ensure that our interactions remain healthy and respectful. Empathy ensures that we don't overstep and are considerate of others' feelings.
Empathy isn't just about providing support during tough times, it also involves celebrating the good moments. Being empathetic means celebrating someone else's success as though it were your own, feeling joy for their accomplishments, and showing genuine happiness for their growth and progress in life. It strengthens bonds and creates an uplifting environment.
Exactly. Empathy involves sharing in each other's triumphs as much as we share in each other's struggles. When we express genuine happiness for others, it builds an environment of mutual respect and encouragement. It's about being there for each other through thick and thin, celebrating achievements and helping each other grow.
In a work environment, empathy is crucial for team dynamics. Leaders who practice empathy create a supportive atmosphere where team members feel valued and heard. This increases morale, collaboration, and productivity, as everyone feels confident knowing their ideas and concerns will be taken seriously. Empathy fosters a positive workplace culture.
Yes, Jennifer, empathy is a game changer in the workplace. When leaders show empathy toward their employees, it boosts motivation and engagement. Employees are more likely to take initiative and go the extra mile when they feel understood and supported by their supervisors. It's a win-win situation that benefits both the individuals and the organization as a whole.
Moreover, empathy in the workplace helps reduce conflicts and misunderstandings. Instead of reacting defensively to mistakes or challenges, empathetic leaders approach the situation with understanding and a problem-solving mindset. They listen to all perspectives and work toward solutions that benefit everyone, reducing tension and promoting teamwork.
Exactly. Empathy helps create a solution-oriented environment. When challenges arise, empathetic leaders and employees focus on finding ways to resolve issues without placing blame. They encourage open communication, where everyone feels safe to express their opinions and ideas, leading to better solutions and stronger professional relationships.
In romantic relationships, empathy is also key to resolving conflicts. Instead of focusing on who's right or wrong, empathetic individuals focus on understanding the emotions behind the argument. By doing so, partners are able to approach conflicts with more patience and compassion, ultimately leading to a healthier, more harmonious relationship.
Indeed, Jennifer, when we empathize with our partners during conflicts, we move from a mindset of winning the argument to finding a way to understand each other's point of view. It shifts the focus from blame to resolution, which strengthens the relationship. In doing so, both individuals learn more about each other and grow together.
Empathy also helps to prevent emotional burnout in relationships. When you care about someone, it's easy to get caught up in their emotions, but practicing empathy means recognizing when you need to take a step back and recharge. It's about maintaining balance, ensuring that both individuals' needs are met without either feeling overwhelmed.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Emotional burnout can happen when one person in a relationship continuously gives without receiving. Empathy allows both parties to recognize each other's limits and to recharge when necessary. By communicating openly and respectfully, partners can avoid burnout and maintain a healthy, sustainable connection.
Empathy extends to every corner of our lives, from how we interact with family and friends to the way we engage with strangers. It's what makes our interactions human and allows us to navigate the world with compassion. By cultivating empathy, we enrich our relationships and contribute to a kinder, more understanding world.
Exactly, Jennifer. Empathy allows us to recognize the shared humanity in everyone we encounter, helping us build bridges instead of walls. By practicing empathy, we foster kindness, respect, and understanding, making the world a better place, one conversation at a time. It's a simple but powerful tool that can transform our relationships and communities.
Empathy extends beyond personal relationships into our communities and society. It is the foundation for creating inclusive environments where everyone feels understood, supported, and valued. When we are empathetic toward others, we break down barriers of prejudice and bias, fostering mutual respect and understanding. Empathy is the key to building stronger, more compassionate societies where everyone can thrive.
You're absolutely right, Jennifer. Society thrives on empathy. Without it, we risk isolating individuals and groups based on differences. Empathy creates the foundation for social justice, equality, and inclusivity, ensuring that marginalized voices are heard and that everyone's experiences are acknowledged and validated. It's a powerful tool for positive social change.
In today's globalized world, empathy is more crucial than ever. With the rise of social media and global communication, we are exposed to a multitude of perspectives. It's easy to become disconnected from the struggles of others, but empathy allows us to connect with people from all walks of life, even if we don't share the same background or experiences. Through empathy, we can bridge the gap between cultures and create a more unified world.
That's a fantastic point, Jennifer. In our interconnected world, empathy helps us build meaningful global relationships. Understanding that everyone has unique experiences and challenges is crucial in a global society. By cultivating empathy, we can promote peace, cooperation, and solidarity, ensuring that people from different cultures and backgrounds feel seen and heard.
Empathy also plays a significant role in addressing societal issues such as poverty, inequality, and discrimination. When we empathize with those who are affected by these issues, we are motivated to take action and advocate for change. Empathy drives us to address systemic problems and support policies that create opportunities for all people, regardless of their background or circumstances.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Empathy is a catalyst for social change. It fuels our desire to make a difference and prompts us to take action. By acknowledging the struggles of others, we are more likely to challenge the status quo and push for policies that promote equity and fairness. It's not just about understanding others' pain, it's about using that understanding to create positive transformation.
One of the most important aspects of empathy in society is its role in conflict resolution. Whether in personal disputes, community tensions, or international conflicts, empathy enables us to see the situation from the other person's point of view. It helps us de-escalate tensions and find common ground, paving the way for peaceful and constructive solutions. Empathy is a tool for peace.
That's a key point, Jennifer. In any conflict, whether large or small, empathy can be a game changer. By taking the time to understand the emotions and perspectives of all parties involved, we can find common ground and work together toward resolution. Empathy is not just about listening, it's about truly understanding the root causes of conflict and addressing them with compassion.
Empathy is not only about understanding the struggles of others, it's also about recognizing their strengths and celebrating their achievements. When we empathize with someone, we appreciate their successes and encourage them to keep growing. By fostering a culture of empathy, we create an environment where everyone feels supported and empowered to reach their full potential.
That's so true, Jennifer. Celebrating the successes of others is an essential part of empathy. It's not just about offering a shoulder to lean on during tough times, but also about cheering each other on during moments of triumph. Empathy allows us to lift each other up, creating a cycle of positivity that helps everyone thrive and grow.
In addition to personal relationships, empathy is crucial in the workplace as well. When employers and employees practice empathy, it creates a positive work environment where collaboration and productivity flourish. Employees feel more valued, supported, and understood, leading to greater job satisfaction and higher performance. Empathy enhances workplace culture.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Empathy in the workplace leads to better communication, increased job satisfaction, and stronger relationships between co-workers. When people feel understood, they are more likely to contribute their ideas and efforts, which ultimately benefits the organization as a whole. Empathy is the foundation of a thriving workplace culture.
Another important aspect of empathy in society is its ability to break down stereotypes and prejudice. When we take the time to understand others' experiences, we are less likely to judge them based on preconceived notions or biases. Empathy allows us to see beyond labels and recognize the humanity in everyone, promoting acceptance and inclusivity.
That's a powerful statement. Jennifer, by practicing empathy, we challenge the stereotypes and prejudices that divide us. Instead of making assumptions based on race, gender, or background, we engage with people as individuals, appreciating their unique qualities and experiences. Empathy creates an open space where diversity is celebrated and accepted.
Empathy is also essential in addressing mental health challenges. When people are going through difficult times, whether it's dealing with anxiety, depression, or stress, they need empathy more than anything else. Offering a listening ear and validating their emotions can make a huge difference in someone's mental health journey. Empathy provides the emotional support necessary for healing.
Right, Jennifer. Mental health struggles can often be isolating, but empathy helps to break that isolation. When people feel understood and supported, they are more likely to open up and seek help. Whether it's offering a comforting word or simply being present, empathy can help individuals feel less alone in their struggles and more empowered to seek the support they need.
The power of empathy also extends to the education system. Teachers who practice empathy create a nurturing environment where students feel safe to express themselves, make mistakes, and grow. Empathy in education helps foster a positive learning atmosphere where students are more likely to engage, participate, and achieve their full potential.
Exactly, Jennifer. When educators show empathy, they help students feel valued and supported, not just academically, but emotionally as well. Empathy enables teachers to understand students' unique needs and challenges, allowing them to offer tailored support that helps each student succeed. It creates a sense of belonging and safety, which is essential for learning.
Empathy is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. By practicing active listening, putting ourselves in others' shoes, and responding with compassion, we can become more empathetic individuals. It's a process that requires patience and self-awareness, but the rewards are immense. Empathy enhances our relationships and makes us more connected to the world around us.
I couldn't agree more, Jennifer. Empathy is not something we are born with, but rather a skill we cultivate through practice and intention. By being mindful of our interactions and making a conscious effort to understand others, we can build a more empathetic society. It's a journey that begins with each individual, and the more we practice, the more empathetic our world becomes.
As we've seen today, empathy is a crucial element in all aspects of life, from personal relationships to work and community engagement. It's the glue that holds our societies together and the foundation for kindness, understanding, and collaboration. By practicing empathy, we can make a real difference in the world, one person at a time.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Jennifer. Empathy allows us to connect on a deeper level, creating a world where kindness and compassion are at the forefront. It's the simplest yet most powerful tool for building stronger relationships, more inclusive communities, and a more peaceful world. Let's all take a moment today to practice empathy in our daily lives.
And that's a wrap for today's episode on the importance of kindness and empathy. We hope this conversation inspired you to be more empathetic and compassionate toward others. Remember, empathy is not just about understanding others, it's about making the world a better place for everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.